Oh, her hairpiece. His hairpiece. All right, well, that's still weird.
Wow, that's very specific. That cuts deep.
I'll give you my swag bag.
Okay.
No, I won't.
All right.
Sorry.
Thank you for that spoof episode, Felicia.
It was really odd.
That was pretty good.
It was really funny.
That was good. Look at you bringing all this stuff. Now, that's great. Now, let me ask you about playing all these games. Blizzard, has all these actors. I noticed there was a StarCraft 2 voiceover panel. Trisha Helfer's in that. There are all these people. When are they going to get Felicia Day to be a voice in a Blizzard game? Would you be into that?
That would be cool. Yeah.
You see, there you go. You
That's horrible. It's like a dolphin. That's the worst
get hit
thing
by
I've
the
ever
sword
heard.
or something like that. You never know. I mean, all these Blizzard guys are here. They're fans. We got to float it to
I could
somebody.
go, I have a quest for you.
Done.
Felicia, I have a question for you. If you're shooting everything at your house, how do you deal with that? How do you work around it? I mean, do you have to move everything out of your house and then move the set in?
Yeah, we move everything around. It's kind of annoying.
And how long does it take? I mean, how long does you have to give up your home to do this?
I mean, for season 3, we shot like in chunks. So we'd shoot 6 days, 4 days here. So it was fewer. We consolidated.
Yeah.
But for weeks afterwards, I'll find like, oh, here's a Reese's cup wrapper in my bed or whatever.
Craft services.
Yeah,
still set up in the bathroom.
Exactly. Just like having to move around everything in my house and like decorate it. Like Tink's bedroom completely doesn't look anything like that. So yeah, it's fun. I mean, listen, we couldn't do it any other way, and it's not bad.
You make it happen. Lots
My
of
dog's
fans.
a very good set dog. Cubby.
Keeps everyone
Let's go on to some more Twitter questions. This one comes from Jewel Dreamer. Says, please ask Felicia if she could pass on some tips for aspiring actors or writers who want to create their own series. Thank you.
Well, I would say don't think web series are going to pay your bills.
Right.
But I would also say, just think about what's special about you, or not special, but unique. Like, it was when I stopped trying to be that Hollywood actress and like really went to what made me happy, and makes me happy is playing games and reading fantasy novels and stuff. And I just really went back to what was authentic about me and didn't try to marginalize it like Hollywood kind of encourages women to do, I think. So, if you know motorcycles, like do something about something you know and you're passionate about. Like the luckiest thing about the Guild is that every day I work hours and hours a day on the show, and yet it doesn't feel like work to me. And I think if you're blessed if you have a job where it doesn't feel like you're going to work.
Well, it's great now that these web series, I mean, now you have so many distribution platforms for them, and you have companies like Xbox that are supporting them and helping, finance them and sponsors. So there's an opportunity out there for people if they have ideas, I guess. It doesn't cost that much sometimes to put a series together, right? It's
true, and the internet has opened up, like, avenues, like you said, with distribution. Like, we're right next to major Hollywood TV shows that you can download on Xbox Live, which is awesome.
Right.
But at the same time, the internet is like 10 million channels on your cable box. And if you have a specialty or something that you're passionate about, there's a fan base out there who probably wants to see what you have to say. So I think it's great. It encourages other people to create, and I'm glad I'm a part of it.
I'm sure you've inspired a lot of people to do something similar. I mean, I know you have to have.
Yeah, I mean, a couple people have said, oh, I started doing art, or I started composing again. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of Oprah cheesy, but I
not
feel
at
good
all.
about that.
You
That's
should.
fantastic. It's great stuff. Let's get to another question here from Zero Price. Zero Price wants to know, what does Codex think about the new expansion Cataclysm?
You know, when I was reading and saw some of that stuff, I was kind of thrilled because, I mean, it seems like it's just so smart because you're kind of breaking like what everybody perceives in a literal way, and kind of evening the ground so people who never played the game can enter it into a new world along with the people who played it for years. Like I was one of the old people who did 40 bad raids, you know.
Yeah.
I went to molten core many times.
Uphill both ways.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think it's a really cool way to reinvent the world, but keep all the fantastic lore. And I mean, that's why I love the game, is because I love fantasy novels, and it's just so deep and rich. It feels like you're really, escaping to another world.
Are you going to play a worgen or a goblin first?
So I tried out the worgen yesterday, and I played up until I was gathering some horses together. So that was fun. I got to get on a catapult.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if anybody's seen that. You drive your catapult around. I don't know. I was driving that catapult places there was no business I had driving.
You must turn around to stay on the catapult.
Exactly. It was really fun, though.
Yeah.
And I got on, you got on a horse. So it seemed like some really fun quest lines. And I like, Duskwood has always been one of my favorite areas. So, it seemed kind of similar in vein. I'm going to play the goblin later today if I have time. So
Now, Felicia, you've told us a lot about the Guild. We've talked about the series and all these things, but you brought us something else. This is a tour of your garden at home. Now, I mean, this is something that, we would only get from you, Felicia. It's very nice of you. So let's go behind the scenes of Felicia's garden at home for a garden tour. Check it out.
The best thing about shooting at my house is that on break, I could come out here into my garden. You might recognize this as the wedding from season 2. I can't remember what episode. It was like 8 or 9, where George was holding the baby. He was supposed to be at Claire's sister's wedding. So that was this right here. So if there's an apocalypse, I am ready because we have strawberries here and blackberry bushes here. Oh, look. You can actually pick them and eat them if there's not a bug on it. Sorry, that was so girly. So we got roses and, if I was cool, I'd know all the names of these plants, but I don't. So there's an orange tree there, but I haven't. Oh, there's a baby orange right there. See? So if we want to make orange juice during the zombie invasion, come to this house. These sunflowers, a friend of mine, when I first moved into this house, gave me a handful of sunflower seeds. And every year they've just been sprouting and growing larger and larger and larger. So one day they might eat me. Oh, these are grapes. So during the apocalypse, if we're really upset and get drunk, we can make our own wine. So, and just make sure the zombies don't come and eat us before we can ferment it. Is wine fermented? I don't know. This is my favorite flower, the dahlia. They're a little droopy here, but this is definitely, because I like the different colors they come in. So we usually have like 6 or 7 different colors. And this is a creepy gnome. I like creepy garden gnomes. I tend to have a whole collection of them. I would have more if I possibly could. And I play a gnome in WoW. My main is a gnome warlock with the pointy hair, so it's appropriate. This is Vork's office. So it looks like, and the funny thing is, if you watch season 2 and you see Vork's house, that's a completely different house. So we shot that on a different day, and then we come out here to Daddy's doghouse, which is Vork's office. That's the economy of scale, shooting as many locations in one place as possible. And this is a pear tree, but it doesn't put out. This pear tree needs to learn how to get along with people and grow something. That was rude. This is yet another creepy sculpture we have in our backyard. I think it probably was acquired on the side of a road somewhere, maybe on a road trip. And it's Joni Mitchell. And we got to get ourselves back to the garden. So that's a good quote. And that's my garden. So I'm going to grab a tomato and then eat it and then go back and shoot some more Guild Season 3. I guess I'll see you guys at the con.
That's great. That was a garden tour. And what's next? The bathroom tour, bedroom tour, rooms of your house, Felicia?
I don't know what to say, but if there is an apocalypse, I will have fruit and veggies for everybody.
We're going to come for the crush. We should go to Felicia's place for the crush.
I like
right?
it. We're gonna crush grapes together.
Wow.
I don't know what to say.
I have Wi-Fi back there.
Should we go back to Twitter, I guess?
Yeah.
A couple more Twitter questions. Let's see. Now, Felicia, the next Twitter question comes. This is from Hakashis. Says, hey, will there be any more music videos? Because I love Do You Want to Date My Avatar? It's a fantastic video. Everyone's been humming the song the past couple of weeks.
Yep.
Do you want to make this a series of videos, or what's your plan?
I mean, that one was so hard to make.
Really, how long did it take to make that?
Well, I came up with the idea while we were shooting season 3. While I was writing, I was listening to horrible dance mixes. If you follow my Twitter, I actually crowdsourced the worst, best dance music of the 90s.
That was research. That should have been a hint.
Absolute research. So that kind of inspired me, hey, wouldn't it be cool to wear those Avatar costumes? Because I wanted to be a superhero, and I'm like, Hollywood's never going to hire me to wear a costume that hot. So let's just do it ourselves. And the cool thing about our sponsorship is that Xbox, Microsoft, they were totally open to it. They were like, let's do it.
Yeah.
So I called Jen, and we just, we made it. It took a lot of favors. The stages were donated.
Wow.
My DP, Omer, is a really good friend of mine, but he shoots huge, ludicrous video. He's a real music video DP. So he brought the panache and his crew on there, and
it was very smooth.
The editing, yeah, everything was just great. And the costumes, and Greg Aronowitz, a guy who literally makes Transformers, fingers that are sitting in his yard. He made the weapons because he likes the show. It would have cost a fortune to make those weapons. So there's a lot of people just
and you guys,
coming
I think you wore the costume. Was it Comic-Con or somewhere?
We did it at Comic-Con. We did not here at BlizzCon because it requires a crew literally to put us in this costume.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on.
So one day, hopefully we'll do another one.
Yeah.
That would be great. Another Twitter question here from Jason. Jason says, other than World of Warcraft, what games has Felicia played? We know you're a big fan of Diablo. What other games are you playing? I mean, you're so busy now working on the guild and everything. Do you have time even to play World of Warcraft anymore?
I mean, I do. I've been leveling my priest from 60 to 69 just the past 2 weeks because Jeff Lewis, the guy who plays Vork, has turned into Vork and is marrying his wife in game.
Really?
In Grizzly Hills in a couple weeks. So I'm going to marry them.
Oh, wow.
Our guild made me an outfit that looks like Popish.
Wow.
So it's going to be great. She's a dwarf priest, and I love playing like PopCap games.
Yeah.
Plants vs. Zombies, Explosion Man, Rock Bands, Fallout 3, which I downloaded the extra thing, but I don't have time to do
Monkey
that.
Island, you were excited
Monkey
about
Island,
that? Right.
great.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Bookworm.
Okay.
So all those things, anything, literally anytime I can catch some gaming, that's the only relaxation I have.
A little bit of a free from all the writing. All right, one final question for you here, Felicia, from Twitter. This one comes from Jeff Tuck. Kat, why don't you read this one to us?
All right, from Jeff Tuck. What was your favorite and funniest moment while making the guild this season?
This season? Oh, gosh. Well, we've said this before, but there's an outtake. Well, Vork, as you see, is in a car and some things. So there are a lot of crazy stuff happening in that car. And that car had a couch in it where the production designer found this car.
Nice.
And it smelled really bad inside. And there, being in that van was pretty disgusting and weird because there would the production designer would put a mouse trap you'll never see the detail in that car. And then also, while we were doing the GameStop shoot, a bug flew into a shot, but this is like monstroid bug, like a bug you'd see in like AQ, this big.
Right.
Flew into the shot while Will Wheaton was being all tough, and he literally was like, like squealing on camera. It's the best outtake you'll ever see in the history of film, probably. So.
All right.
I'll have to get a copy
the Guild
of that.
Season 3, people can check it out starting this Tuesday on Xbox Live, and then September 1st it'll roll on to MSN and Zune, and new episodes premiering every week. Felicia, thank you so much for spending the time with us, taking us behind the scenes of the show, and we can't wait to see the new season starting this week.
Thanks a
you.
lot.
All right, well, now we're going to head on out to Joe, who's hanging out with Jay Allen Brock to hear a little bit more about World of Warcraft.
Hey guys, we're here out on the floor with Jay Allen Brack. He is a producer for World of Warcraft. And exactly what do you do for World of Warcraft? Because you're one of the big guys.
Well, I have a partner, Tom Chilton, who's the game director, and between the two of us, we're the spiritual guardians of WoW. We're the people who help decide what goes in the game and how it gets done and when we release patches and pretty much everything that goes on with World of Warcraft. We run World of Warcraft for Blizzard.
Okay, for our viewers at home, a lot of them, you have future producers, future designers out there that want to be able to give their input. And I know your community is based on fan knowledge. How much of that actually goes into creating these games?
Yeah. A great deal of it. We actually have a team or a company philosophy, which is that every voice matters. And so we have a very strong community team that is focused on looking at the forums, figuring out what the player base is, helping us make the right decisions for the game. So our fans and events like this give us a really neat opportunity to communicate with them and figure out what's important to them.
And I had the really good privilege to actually go on campus and see Blizzard firsthand and got to see what the employees do, how they interact with each other. And one of the things I noticed was those two binders in the lobby.
Yes.
And it's fan mail, pretty much. And it's their comments, their critiques, it's their love for you guys. Yeah. Does all that stuff go unseen, or do you actually use some of it?
We actually have a huge platoon of customer service agents who help us filter through all the feedback. Yeah, those binders actually have a special place in a lot of people's hearts. A lot of them are written by some of our younger fans. And they'll have designs for new races and things that are really exciting for all of our Blizzard titles. So it's a really neat opportunity to see the passion that really younger fans have for the games.
And being here on day 2 of BlizzCon, everybody's already anticipating the 2010 BlizzCon. Sure. What are they going to be seeing with World of Warcraft? Because we have people that are during the panels that were talking about, why not a World of Warcraft 2? Why do we keep having expansions?
I think the player base actually would probably react pretty negatively to a World of Warcraft 2. It's not something we're thinking about. It's not something we're talking about. We're really interested in continuing to work on World of Warcraft and make it the best thing it can be. We have a lot of stories and a lot of content of things that we want to do that we haven't had a chance to reveal yet, and this is what gives us a chance to do so. And
I have to ask you, because this it's been bothering me all day, but the Goblin and Worgen starting on the same island together, and they're fighting. What's the deal with that? Are we bringing the war back in Warcraft?
Well, it is World of Warcraft, not World of Peacecraft. We are going to have an area that goblins will start that'll be for their race.